for the first time since June the 12th, the Halos are back home. Interleague action continuing. The Halos have won 4 consecutive series, but tonight it's the first of 3 against the red-hot Washington Nationals. Hi, everyone, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels baseball here on My 13. I'm Victor Rojas, along with my partner, Mark Gubicza. The Angels' offense of late, especially over the weekend against the Dodgers, starting to come to life a little bit. You'd like to see that carrying over here at home where the Angels have struggled offensively. One of the guys, the catalyst, if you will, Vernon Wells in the middle part of that order.
Yeah, Victor, this is the guy everyone envisioned throughout this entire season. Obviously started slow, then got hurt, but now all of a sudden he is red hot with the power. Up there in Seattle, hit 2 home runs in the same ball game, got a fastball up here in New York, and of course turned on the ball, had some tremendous big flies at Dodger Stadium, including the one that at that point put him up 2-1 in that ball game, had a chance to win. So Vernon Wells is starting to swing back with authority, hitting the ball the other way, and anything inside, hitting the ball out of the ballpark.
The game winner that wasn't, of course. That's what's happened yesterday at Dodger Stadium. Tonight, Ervin Santana will get the ball from Mike Scioscia, and Ervin has been very good in every other season. This year, kind of a down year. Even though he's thrown the ball better this month, still no wins to show for it.
Yeah, I think, Victor, when it comes down to his confidence, I mean, obviously somebody's always going to ask him why every other year you're very good, very dominant. Last season, 17-game winner. This year, just 3-8. He has thrown some good games, but I think we've talked about it a number of times, getting caught in between the curveball and the slider. Go back to that fastball. Great velocity on there at 95. Go to that dominant slider, use the curve when you have to, and change. Above all, pitch inside with authority. Finish off these batters because they are some free swingers with that slider.
Well, the Angels will be facing the left-hander by the name of John Lannon. The Halos trying to keep it rolling, just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. So sit back and relax. We've got lineups and first pitch when we return. bacon and melting cheese served with a 20-ounce drink and small seasoned curly fries for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. Back out here at the Big A, the Angels getting ready to take the field. Ervin Santana looking for his first win in the month of June. 0-4 record at 3.86 ERA. The first time in franchise history, the Angels coming off that road trip where they won 4 series on one trip to 2 of 3 at the Mariners, Mets, Marlins, as well as the Dodgers. And trying to keep it rolling here at home, although that has been a different story for the Angels this season. 15-20 here at the Big A. They're facing the Washington Nationals and their first skipper, or their new skipper, I should say, Davey Johnson. I guess there's their first skipper for the rest of the season. Davey being announced yesterday, but having a press conference today here at the Big A. He's excited to be back. He is making his debut tonight. Let's take a look at his first lineup. Oh, no doubt about it. He's been around a long time. Roger Bernardino starts things off for the Nats. He is in center field. Jason Worth is in right field. Ryan Zimmerman, who spent some time on the disabled list early this season due to an oblique strain, is batting third, playing third base. Lance Nix, the former Texas Ranger, former Milwaukee Brewer, Cincinnati Red, is the cleanup hitter in left field. Mike Morse, the former Mariners, at first base. Danny Espinosa, product of modern day, is at second base. Wilton Ramos is doing the catching. Matt Stairs, the veteran, still around. He's serving as the DH, and Ian Desmond is the shortstop. A couple of slick middle infielders for the Washington Nationals. They are taking on the right-hander by the name of Ervin Santana. As we pointed out, that the last 4 starts, no victories, but a 3.86 ERA, and he's coming off a pretty decent start against the Florida Marlins.
Yeah, he threw the ball very well in that ball game. Again, the home run ball has been something that's been getting him throughout this entire season, and most times it's when he throws that flat slider, getting caught in between grips of the curveball and slider. His velocity on the fastball has been outstanding, very good. As a matter of fact, in interleague play, 9-7 mark with an ERA at 4.22 in interleague play.
Let's take a look at the AT&T defense behind Ervin Santana. Howie Kendrick in left, Peter Borges in center, Vernon Wells is in right. Alberto Callasmo and Eric Ibar on the left side of the infield. Meiser is Sturis, Mark Trumbo on the right. And Bobby Wilson gets his start behind the plate. And you're going to see Meister Sturis generally with Ervin Santana, a lot of fly balls, but he's going to stay down with the slider today. Pitch inside a lot against these hitters for the Nationals. Team would swing and miss a lot, but a lot of power. Take that away, get a lot of ground balls, and Meister should be active at second base. The one thing that is in play now, remember the Angels on the road for 2 weeks. They had the U2 concert here last Friday and Saturday, a week ago Friday and Saturday. And this is a brand new surface, infield, pitcher's mound, outfield, and you can still see the seams on the grass. So we'll see how that affects ground balls both in the infield and outfield. As Ervin falls behind here quickly at 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, we noticed during batting practice when baseballs would hit on the grass, a little bit of a sand would come up when the ball hit that ground initially. A little spongy at this point. There's a strike. It's 2-1. The Nationals, third place in the National League East, 8.5 games back of the Phillies. At 40-38, they've been red hot of late. That one's fouled back, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Nats 17-7 in the month of June. Winners of 13 of the last 15. And if you were somewhere under a rock, maybe you didn't hear that Jim Riggleman quit his post as the skipper of the Nats just a couple of days ago. Bernardino grounds one over to second base. See a little rooster tail with that dirt or that sand popping up on that ground ball, and there's the first down of the inning. Just like that, getting that ground ball right to Meister. It's going to be important for Ervin to establish that slider, work down with the fastball on the outer half, but then bust those hitters inside to take away the sting from the bat. And Meister getting that first easy ground ball. And you're right, Victor, that little bit of a roll on this grass. Barney and the guys at groundskeeper has done a tremendous job of getting this field back. Consider that concert was here. It's an all-new surface. He did a great job getting it ready. The Halos are here through the All-Star breaks now, so a nice little homestand for the Angels. Jason Worth, the right fielder, steps to the plate and takes a fastball a little bit high apparently, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Worth hitting .228 his first year with the Nats, 10 home runs and 27 runs batted in. Needless to say, a very slow start for a big free agent prize of the offseason. The Nats opening up the purse string, signing Jason to a 7-year, $126 million deal. To
coming off a very good season with the Philadelphia Phillies last year. As Irvin paints the inside corner, it's 1-2.
Got a lot of power to all fields, but has always been susceptible. If you can throw the fastball in around belt high and then throw the slider off the outside corner, you can get him out. But if you make mistakes, he doesn't miss them a whole lot.
Breaking pitch is popped up on the first base side. Trumbo in front of the Nationals dugout. Puts it away for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down for Ervin Santana to start this ball game. And here comes Ryan Zimmerman. Mentioned Zimmerman spending time on the disabled list due to that oblique strain, intercostal strain on the right side, diving head first into second base on a play in which he really didn't have to dive. Remember that rash of injuries, guys getting hurt diving. Rafi Furcal got hurt around that time. Zimmerman was one of those guys. A supremely talented third baseman, one of the best third basemen in Major League Baseball, both defensively as well as offensively, but still not quite back in the swing of things, if you will, no pun intended, offensively.
Yeah, a ton of power, but yeah, swinging a lot of mistakes.
Fouls this one back, and it's no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, the one thing you notice about Zimmerman, how far off the plate he is, and then diving in. So when you see a hitter that far off the plate, they have to dive in to be able to cover that outside part of the plate. That's when you're going to see Ervin and the rest of the Angel pitchers throughout the series throw that fastball in to keep them honest.
Slider lays off of that one, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ervin in that start against the Fish went 5 innings, struck out 6, walked 1, giving up 2 runs, both earned on 5 hits, including a home run. Breaking pitch. Did he go? No.
Well, that was a pretty good pitch itself.
The location is what I was kind of curious on. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. You've got Corey Blazer calling the balls and strikes tonight. Scott Berry at first base, Wally Bell at second, Laz Diaz at third.
Yeah, it looked like he crossed the plate also.
Yeah. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball away, and it's a full count. Lance Nix, left-hand hitting left fielder, on deck. Zimmerman last year hit .307 for the Nats, 25 home runs, 85 runs batted in. The payoff, breaking pitch fouled off to the right.
Well, that's one of those breaking balls that Ervin got around on. Flattened it out, and Zimmerman had a pretty good swing at that one. Well, that's more of a spin action. That stays rated the good part of the bat, and that pitch a lot of times a hitter will crush. Fortunately for Ervin, Zimmerman pulled that, fouled that to the right side.
Fouled back. Count remains full. Well, we've talked about it all season long, especially of late in the month of June. Those starts that Ervin has had, the fastball has been there. I mean, he's been running it up there at 94, 95 miles per hour. Personally speaking, one of the best fastball that Ervin has possessed over the last couple of years. I mean, he's got the potential to be up there. It's just that kind of that in between that he has been in with that slider and curveball. Cement mixer breaking pitches that occasionally occur for him. Breaking pitch grounded through on the left side. There's a base hit. There's a hanging breaking ball.
Yeah, backed up on him, got the inner part of the plate. I think Ervin at times just gets away from the fact that, I mean, he doesn't realize how good of a fastball he truly has. The wrist there, you can tell, just had that baseball out of his hand. It came out the side. On a true slider, you got to have your fingers on top, and then to the last second, almost think if you're throwing a football, the last bit, snap your wrist, and that's when you're going to have that sharp break to it.
That is a good thing. I guess Zimmerman's not locked in as of yet offensively. That's a pitch that he usually drives out of a ballpark. So 2 outs and a man at first. Here's Lance Nix. Nix, a guy that never gets cheated at the plate. Had a very good season with the Cincinnati Reds last year. Hit .291. 4 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Limited action for him, but ended up signing with the Nats. Got 11 bombs, 29 driven home. 11 doubles, no triples. Pulls this one over to Trumbo near the bag, takes it himself. That will end the inning. No runs, a hit. And 1 man left on base. It's Sturis, Ibar, and Abreu to face John Lannon in the bottom of the first. games here. There's Teddy, winless.
I'm rooting for him.
Winless in his career.
I think the key is a new surface here.
You think so?
In Angel Stadium.
Might be able to cheat his way in for victory. Here's a lineup for Mike Scioscia. The Angels a game under, 539 at 40. Meister Izturis leading things off at second base. Eric Aybar at short. Bobby Abreu, his familiar DH spot. Vernon Wells in right field. Howie Kendrick is in left field. Mark Trumbo at first. Alberto Callasco at third. Peter Borges in center. And doing the catching batting ninth is Bobby Wilson, taking on the 26-year-old from Manhasset, New York, by the name of John Lannan.
And he's been very good in his last 6 starts. He's at 3-0 with an ERA barely over 1. Fastball not necessarily overpowering, 85 to 91 range. Relies a lot on that sink on the fastball, curveball, slider, changeup.
Meister takes a strike on the outside corner, and the count is even at 1-1. Izturis 1 for 4 yesterday, a .293 average overall, 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in, 19 doubles. This one lined into center field, and the leadoff man is on board for the Halos. Let's take a look at the defense behind John Lannan tonight. Nixon left, Bernardina in center, Worth in right, Zimmerman, Desmond, Espinosa, Morse from third to first, and Ramos doing the catching.
And Jason Worth out there in right field has one of the stronger arms in the National League. And talking to Dino Ebel, these guys right here for them, Washington Nationals won't be more apt to be able to go out and try to attack them as far as taking that extra base. 6 errors so far this season, so he has had some troubles tracking the baseball, but when he's in position to throw it, and one of the strongest arms in the game.
Aybar showing bunt, takes upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Aybar 1 for 3 yesterday. He's got a 7-game hitting streak, 287 on the year, 4 home runs and 31 driven home, 14 doubles and 5 triples. We've got a visitor in our booth, somewhat of a large-headed individual, but he's an all-timer.
Yes, the all-time great.
Perfect bunt up the first base line. Lannan is not going to throw out Aybar. It's an infield base hit. Izturis advances to second.
Well, nice job by Eric Aybar getting that ball dead down the line and forcing Lannan to be able to field that ball.
Here's Teddy right here. Teddy, I know you haven't won any races, my man, but you know what? You hope you took notes on that bunt by Eric Aybar, because that's how you get it done. We think you're going to get it done here in Southern California.
I've been saying it for the last week to 10 days. You're going to win this race today. We know it's been difficult for you, but a new surface here, quicker surface for you, and you're no humidity like you have out there in D.C. It's all about the fresh air. You're going to be able to get them.
At the end of the day, just cheat, okay? Whatever it takes, man. It's our society. Izturis at second, Aybar at first. Here's Bobby Abreu. Fastball is upstairs. Bobby pinch hit yesterday. Ended up striking out. Hitting 285 with 3 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Now, you don't realize how big those mascots are.
I don't want to mess with him. How does he not win that big? Just tell people, I'm going to win today.
Bobby swinging at the breaking pitch. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Abreu with 17 doubles on the year. He's also been an on-base machine with the base on balls. 50 of them on the year as that pitch is outside. And it looks early on here that Corey Blazer, the home plate umpire, not really going to give the corners to either guy, I should say. Did not give Irvin a couple of pitches, sliders, specifically on the outside corner to a right-handed batter. It looked like Lannan's pitch there was a pretty good one. But Abreu ahead of the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Count even now, 2-2.
Lannan's a guy that does a pretty good job as far as slowing down the running game. He's only allowed 1 stolen base against him so far this year. 2 would-be base stealers have been caught. So very good as far as holding the baseball. Good move to first. Obviously, he's very good as far as varying his look to second base here with Meister in that position right now.
And helped out with Wilson Ramos behind the plate. He's thrown out 12 of 28 would-be base stealers as Bobby takes inside. It's a full count.
And not too often you see both catchers throwing out over 40% of would-be base stealers.
This national staff, very respectable, very good. 5th in the National League in staff ERA, 3.46. The 3-2. Bobby swings it, misses, down he goes, and there's out number 1. So Asturis remains at second. Ibar at first, and Vernon Wells coming to the plate.
They threw him a 3-2 breaking ball. Pretty gutsy pitch considering it's first and second, no outs, but he had the confidence to be able to throw that pitch because he's established all his pitches down in the strike zone.
Vernon coming off that 1-for-4 game yesterday. 3 strikeouts and that home run that put the Angels up late 2-1 against the Dodgers. Overall average of 205, 9 home runs, 24 runs batted in. He takes a breaking pitch down low. Vernon 4 for 12 with a couple of home runs, 4 runs batted in the Dodgers series. On the road trip, 12 for 46, 5 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Cues this one foul, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. A couple of off-speed pitches that have been very good for John Lannon. That 3-2 slider for the strikeout against Bobby Abreu. Pretty good changeup right there.
And he does a real good job as far as sinking the fastball in that part of the plate and then backing up with the changeup. Taking some speed off the pitch, getting you out in front. Bottom line is you got to crowd the plate and try to drive the ball the other way.
Missing away. Lannon's coming off a win against the Seattle Mariners his last time out. 5 2/3 innings. 1 run, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Through just 89 pitches in his 5 2/3. This one out toward right center field. Bernardina to his left. He'll make the catch. There are 2 outs. So the Angels get their first 2 men on here in the first inning. They've not been able to advance them. And with 2 outs, Howie Kendrick will face John Lannon. Howie's got himself a 6-game hitting streak, hitting .303 overall. Takes a fastball for a strike. 8 home runs and 26 driven home.
And a pretty solid road trip, 292, including a home run, 5 RBI, hitting .321 against left-handed pitching.
Meister with a base hit to center field to lead off the bottom of the first. Eric Ibar, a beautiful bunt up the first base line, an infield single for him. He's over at first battling the sunshine. Some ribbons of sunshine popping through the roof of the stadium. That's down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Angels offensively, as far as splits are concerned, as you see the openings here at the ballpark, we have to deal with the sunshine this time of night. But as far as left-handed versus left-handed pitching versus right-handed pitching, pretty much right down the middle. 255 against lefties, 254 against right-handers. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And now with him, that's sinking fastball right there down in the strike zone. 2-2 count. This is where he's a lot of times will throw the slider down and in, or he'll come right back with that changeup away because he's established the fastball down. Runs into some patterns at times. Backs up the changeup after his fastball that's around knee level.
2-2, ground ball to short. Desmond flips it to Espinosa, and the Angels leave 2 men on base. 1 complete here at the Big A. We have no score. most valuable player. That's got a nice ring to it. Corey Perry getting a chance to throw out the first pitch. Not only to throw out the first pitch, Jared Weaver getting a chance to catch. It's our pleasure to welcome in the MVP. Has that sunk in yet, man? That's got a great ring to it, doesn't it?
It sounds good. It's starting to sink in a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a crazy couple of days, but it's starting to be some. I'm starting to feel it.
50 goals, 98 points on the year. When you start off your season, at any point in the season, I mean, you're in training camp. Do you set goals for yourself as to what you want to accomplish or what you're trying to accomplish?
You just want to do better than the season before. It's you always want to build on that.
Mike Morse has just homered off Irvin Santana to put the Nationals up by the score of 1-0. Morse's 15th home run of the season, and just like that, the Nats get on the board and they strike first.
Well, when you think about all the guys that have won the MVP in the NHL, I mean, you're up there with the immortals when you think about all the great players before you. And, of course, coming into the season, you guys, they talked about transition for your team as far as the younger players getting an opportunity. But you guys obviously had a great season, not only yourself, but the team itself.
Yeah, we did. I mean, it was a close group of guys in that dressing room, and we had fun going to rink every day. And that makes it the game a little bit more easier to play and a lot more fun.
And you had your line mates of Getzy and Bobby Ryan. That's pretty good guys to work with every single night, huh?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Getzy's a guy that he's a power guy, and he can find you anywhere on the ice. And Bobby's just gifted all around. He can skate, he can shoot, and we play well together.
Were you surprised to see how the finals ended up occurring with Vancouver and Boston?
It was a crazy final.
Yeah,
I was glad to be a fan of that one for sure. But I mean, you fight all season to get to that point, and you don't want to leave anything out on the ice.
Where does your allegiance lie in a finals like that? I mean, you're from Canada, from around the Toronto area, the Ontario area. Do you automatically root for the Canadian team by default?
Not really. I mean, I was just going out and just wanting to watch and take it all and be a fan of it. So I didn't really pick anybody.
It's pretty cool to have two Southern California teams play so well and getting into the postseason with you guys and the Kings. Obviously, a great rivalry with you guys and mixing up pretty good especially those last few games of the year, because I went to a couple of those games.
Yeah, it was it's starting to be we're starting to build something and have a little rivalry. So. It's nice that we both get into the playoffs, and at the same time, I think it's the first time it's ever happened. So, hopefully we can get in there more often.
All right, I got to ask you about the veteran in that clubhouse, Timo Solani.
Yeah.
What kind of guy is he? Because I've heard nothing but great things about him. I heard he's one heck of a golfer too, by the way. But is there a chance that you guys could talk him back into coming in?
We were trying to do it all season.
Yeah.
Trying to get him signed, but I don't know. He's up on the fence, and hopefully he does come back, because he's still got a lot of game left.
How much does he motivate you? A guy at that age and still playing this difficult of a sport to go out there on a daily basis and perform at such a high level?
Well, he's a guy that he comes to the rink every day with a smile on his face, and it doesn't matter what happened the night before or anything. I mean, he's always there. He's the first one there, and he's a guy that works hard all the time. And at 41 or 42 years old, he's still doing it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, do you learn from him? Because as a pitcher, we go out in the outfield and mess around with different pitches to be able to learn a different changeup. Do you learn a different shot from him, or how to get in position, to be able to get in front of the net, to be able to score some goals?
Yeah, you watch him in practice, and he's always doing stuff, doing different things, and he's a guy that's always worked on his game, and you just try to he's a role model for me and a lot of guys in the dressing room.
Yeah, he was on fire in the postseason, scoring some goals for you guys too. I mean, you guys had a nice little run this past season. Are you guys looking forward to the upcoming season?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're going to be hungry and we want to go out there and do things.
Well, Corey, we appreciate it, man. Congratulations on the Hart Trophy, and best of luck in the offseason and going into next year.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Corey Perry kind enough to join us. The Nats strike first on the home run by Morse. They lead it 1-0. and our thanks once again to Corey Perry, kind enough to join us on that tour, that media blitz, being named the Hart Trophy winner, the MVP of the NHL. Great season.
When you think about it, this is the ones we know of Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, players like that. He's with those guys now, MVP of the league. And he's not afraid to mix it up either.
No. Trumbo, Callaspo, and Borges here in the second against John Lannon. Snowballs and 2 strikes on Mark, getting 257 with 13 home runs, 32 runs batted in. The Angels, boy, had a very good opportunity in that first inning, getting their first 2 men on base with nobody out. It stranded both of those guys. One ball, 2 strikes. Trumbo yesterday had an 0 for 4 game, snapped his 7-game hitting streak. Yesterday batting in that 5th spot in the order. Dropping down to the 6th hole today. Land delivers that pitch in the dirt. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned the Angels here at home, 15 and 20. They're 24 and 20 out on the road this year. And offensively, the splits are considerable. A .235 average at home. Offensively for the Angels, .269 out on the road. Chopper up the third base line, and that is foul. That consistency that the Angels have been able to carry out on the road. And there was a stretch there in early June where they couldn't get that consistency even out on the road. Has just not been able to put it all together here at this ballpark, which is, you would think, as conducive of ballpark offensively.
Quick infield, hard dirt. Ball carries down the line.
This one over the mound is going to be a tough play for Desmond, and Trumbo will reach. Would have been a bang-bang play. Desmond, a very good fielder, as is Espinosa at second base. We talked about those guys early on as a fun middle infield to watch, a good young nucleus, but a tough play once it got past Lannon.
Yeah, as a hitter, once you see that ball get by the pitcher, you feel in your mind you're going to be able to have a good chance to be able to beat that out. But again, we have that new surface, that grass in the infield, a little spongier than normal. It'll take a few days before it to get back to normal.
Trumbo gets credit for a base hit. 3rd hit for the Angels. Brings up Alberto Callaspo. Alberto's been scuffling of late. Dropping down to the 7th spot in the order. 2 for his last 33 and 7 for 48 in the month of June. Missing just about a week, dealing with that hamstring issue. Bounces this one back to Lannon. Wide throw at second base. They got him at second, and the throw to first is in time, a double play. Mike Scioscia is going to come out and talk things over with Wally Bell. But Alberto Callaspo grounds into a double play. And for the Angels, they've hit into a few of them this year. That's their 78th.
Mike's asking, you can almost read his lips saying, didn't he pull his leg off the bag? Literally, he was making contact. I know a lot of time. Then he throws that ball running away. Reaching out close enough to the base.
Yeah, it looked to me anyways that Espinosa was dragging the cleat.
See right there, he has the toe on the corner of the base. And then he even stepped on it again as he threw across the diamond.
So just like that, 2 outs and nobody on for Peter Borges. The Nats up 1-0. Mike Morse with his 15th home run off Irvin Santana.
And that was another one of those hanging breaking pitches by Irvin. Got underneath the slider that Morse hit out the right center field. Elevated and over the plate. And the way the ball broke was right at the middle part of the bat.
0-2 count on Borges. 1 for 2 yesterday. And what gets overlooked in that play at the plate at Dodger Stadium yesterday is the fact that Peter Borges put himself in a great position to throw home, and had an incredible throw to the plate against a very speedy runner in D. Gordon.
I think Jeff Mathis said it best in the pregame show, saying when that ball was hit, he didn't think he had even a chance to make a play at the plate. He was thinking he was going to throw the ball to third, but he got himself in tremendous throwing position and just do a perfect throw to the plate. You couldn't throw a better ball from the outfield as Mathis blocks the plate.
He's still out. Doesn't matter how many times you look at the replay.
Plus, he was out at second earlier in that inning.
That's right, on the stolen base. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Borges. Now such is baseball. You just move on. Full count. Bobby Wilson on deck. Lana with a strikeout. That was of Abreu in the first inning. No walks. 3 hits allowed. 2 infield hits. 1 base hit to center field. That was off the bat of Astures. Borges out to center field. Bernardino is there, makes the catch. The Angels are done here in the second. 2 in the books at the Big A. The Nats still on top 1-0. By the score of 1-0, courtesy of a Mike Morse leadoff home run of the second. Here in the third inning, the Nats sending up Desmond, Bernardina, and Worth. That's 9, 1, and 2 for Washington. They've played well at home. The Nats have 22 and 13. They've got an 18 and 25 mark out on the road this year. But as we pointed out, a very good month of June. That includes a very good interleague record as well. They, just like the Angels, 8 and 4 this year in interleague play. This one off the end of the bat to Mark Trumbo. A lot of spin on it. And Desmond is retired for the first down. Fans, the Angels host the Nats tomorrow at 7:05. All fans in attendance will finally receive that Dan Herron bobblehead, courtesy of Chevron Extra Mile. Purchase your tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or at angels.com.
Finally, today is getting closer.
Dan will be pitching on Wednesday. Joel Pinheiro going tomorrow against Jason Marquis.
It's a 4 o'clock game on Wednesday.
It is a 4:05 start.
That's when you know every pitcher's raising their hand, asking the teacher, hey, can I start that game?
Jordan Zimmerman going for the Nats on Wednesday against Dan Herron.
Obviously, when you get the shadows come into effect around 5, very difficult for hitters to see that baseball for the first 3, 4, even 5 innings of that game.
Santana inducing the pop-up off the bat of Bernardino, who's now over 2. 2 quick outs here in the third inning. Comes up Jason Worth, the right fielder. Worth popped out into foul territory his first time up. See the numbers with the Phillies last year, 296. 27 home runs, 85 runs batted in. That fastball missing low.
Not a bad spot though at 93. Good life on the fastball for Irvin.
Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. It was 2009 when Worth set career highs with home runs and runs batted in. 36 home runs, 99 runs batted in. That's the closest he's come to driving in 100 or more in his career. A career that started in the Orioles organization. He got to the big leagues with the Toronto Blue Jays. Did it go around? No. Scott Barry saying it did not go. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. The Presidents are getting ready. He went around that time, actually foul tipped it. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you think Irvin right now would have him set up for a fastball up and in after back-to-back pretty good sliders. Check swing the one before that when he couldn't hold off on that swing.
Two-two, got him looking on the fastball. Down goes Worth. A 1-2-3 inning for Santana, his first of the game. We head to the bottom of the 3rd with Washington still on top. Ron Lana to face 9-1-2. Wilson, Usturiz, and Ibar. Bobby Wilson hitting 192 on the year. An RBI. He's got a couple of doubles. The RBI coming the other day against the Los Angeles Dodgers on a sacrifice fly. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Sixth game for Bobby Wilson behind the plate.
And he's got good power if it's in the inner part of the plate.
Way ahead of the count at 3 balls and no strikes. Three and one. Landon, a former 11th round pick back in 2005. With 8-8 last year with a 4.65 ERA. Bobby lines one to second. Right to Espinosa. There is the first out. Kids on Tuesday, July the 5th. The Angels take on the Tigers at 7:05. All kids 2 to 18 receive a sock rally monkey, courtesy of Hilton Suites Anaheim Orange. Purchase your tickets today at the Angels Civic Ticket Office or online at angels.com. Well, they finally made it up to the booth.
Look, he's already working a 2-seam fastball right up on top.
Unbelievable.
He is unbelievable.
Got to stay on top.
Got to stay on top, and maybe this little snap action to have that sink on there. That's what we're looking for out of the rally sock monkey. He's everywhere.
He is.
Glad to finally see him.
Grounding this one to short. Desmond retires him for out number 2. Miser had that base hit to center field the first inning, so he's now 1 for 2.
Well, it's clear to see Landon doesn't mess around as far as location of the pitches. Everything's down around knee level. As a hitter, granted, there's not a lot of history against him as far as the Angel hitters, but you got to try to force him up in the strike zone. If he's getting you to swing at that sinker away, change up, breaking ball down, it's going to be difficult to bunch a couple hits against him.
Ibar hitting one out to deep left field. Lance Nix is back there, and he will make the catch, and the Angels themselves go down in order. 3 in the books at the Big A. The Washington Nationals have a 1-0 lead. Been around a long time. Happy to be back in there. Signed a contract in which he is managing this ball club the rest of the way. He's also signed a consulting deal beyond this season. But as he pointed out in the 4 o'clock presser today, not looking beyond this year as far as managing is concerned. Which, just like anybody else, I grew up the son of a former major leaguer. It never leaves the system. You know, I look at my dad who goes to the ballpark every day with the Florida Marlins as a broadcaster now. Those old timers, it never leaves the system. So I got a feeling, good, bad, or indifferent for the Nats the rest of the way, he's probably going to get the juices flowing to want to come back and manage next year.
There's no question about it. I mean, he's been around the game. He was a great player also.
Zimmerman hitting a towering shot down the left field line. Howie Kendrick near the wall, and it's gone. Zimmerman with his 3rd home run of the year, and that was that same type of pitch that he got to left field for a base hit. His first time up. Zimmerman is now 2 for 2, and the Nats have a 2-0 lead.
17th home run that Ervin Santana has allowed this season. And this Nassau club, granted, their batting average is low, but as far as home run power, they definitely have a ton of it. Zimmerman jumps all over that pitch. Not a lot on that one in the inner half. Quick hands, drives that out to left field. A towering home run.
Nix grounding one to short. And Ibar will throw him out for the first out. And both have come via the leadoff. Morse had a leadoff home run in the 2nd. Zimmerman now leadoff home run in the 4th. And as you pointed out, it's the team. We go back to that Mike Morse home run.
Boy, that slider just had hit me all over. It was one of those cement mixer backup sliders, and Morris didn't miss up, where you can get the good part of the bat on it and drive the ball well if you don't pull off it, and he didn't.
That home run for Morris leading off the second, is 15th of the year. He had 15 all of last year with Washington. Looks at a fastball for his strike, but I was getting ready to point out they are dead last in the National League as far as batting average is concerned. Just a .234 average. But coming into today's game, 6th with 72 home runs. Now they have 74 as that pitch is inside.
Another one of these national hitters are way off the plate. But diving in, be able to have some coverage.
This one bolted out towards straightaway center field, and that one's going to be off the wall. Moore's trying to go to second. The throw from Borges is just off the glove of Eyeball. If it's on the bag, they might have a chance to get him. That's how hard that ball was hit. 15th double of the year for Mike Morse.
You can see where Bobby Wilson wanted this pitch. He was setting up inside, out over the plate. If you're going inside against a hitter like this who has this type of power, diving out over the plate, you're going to get hurt. You have to go in with conviction. It has to be belt high or above that. You can jam them because there's no way you get your hands through that baseball when you're off that far off the plate and then diving towards the inside corner of the plate.
But Morris has certainly flourished in D.C., getting away from the Seattle Mariners, getting an opportunity to play and wrapping his arms around it. This one grounded to short. Ibar has it. Espinosa's retired for round number 2 as Morris advances to third base. Espinosa now 0 for 2 with a strikeout and the ground down. Brings up Wilson Ramos, the catcher. Remember, Morris coming up with the Mariners as a shortstop, and they really couldn't find a whole lot of playing time for him on an everyday basis. He also struggled mightily offensively. Kind of a long swing for him.
The way he has his hands out, so you had to bring him in, and then you're diving to plate. So many things mechanically wrong at times with the swing, but when you're out over the plate with a pitch, he does not miss it whatsoever.
Ramos takes the breaking ball for a strike.
I mean, he's hit 2 rockets, one out of the ballpark to right center, just away from center field. And that one hops the wall so hard that Borges had a chance to throw him out at second.
1 ball, 1 strike. Certainly a nice find for the Nationals, who picked up Morris in a trade with the Seattle Mariners in exchange for Ryan Langerhans. Ramos, another guy. Nice little pickup coming over from the Minnesota Twins. He was part of that Matt Capps deal. One ball, 2 strikes on Ramos. Nats with 2 solo home runs against Irvin Santana have a 2-0 lead here in the 4th. 50 total pitches thrown by Irvin. 3 strikeouts and no walks. And 4 hits allowed. Breaking pitch out towards center. Borges back a couple of steps. That'll end the inning. But the Nats make it 2-0 on Ryan Zimmerman's 3rd home run of the season as we head to the bottom of the 4th. They're up 2-0. UVerse. It's TV like you've never seen before at AT&T.com. AT&T, rethink possible. It's the bottom of the fourth. The Angels down by the score of 2-0, trying to light that sucker up. Coming off a very, very good road trip. But Irvin Santana, a couple of solo home runs allowed. And the Angels offense had an opportunity to strike first in that first inning. Steers and Ibar on base with base hits. With nobody out, Abreu struck out. Wells a fly ball to center, and Kendrick a fielder's choice. The Angels 0 for 3 with men in scoring position. Abreu, Wells, and Kendrick here in the fourth inning against the left-hander. Bobby looks at a pitch upstairs. Abreu, the only strikeout for Lannon this evening. No walks. 3 hits allowed, coming off his first 1-2-3 inning in the third. The count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he doesn't mess around at all. He's competing right away. Doesn't waste time. Stays right over that pitching rubber.
Bobby takes the breaking pitch for a strike, and it's 1-2. Lannon got to the big leagues for the first time in 07, pitched in 6 games with the Nats. He was in the big leagues for good beginning in 2008. Bobby shooting one through the left side, and there's a leadoff base hit. Lannon trying to cut up and in, and Bobby inside outs that pitch for a leadoff knock, and that'll bring up Vernon Wells. Vernon with that fly ball to center field. The first inning is 0 for 1. Lays off that pitch. A little angry at himself for even thinking about offering out. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, Vernon always a guy known to jump on that first pitch fastball. Good idea to lay off that one. So up and away.
This one pulled through the left side, and the Angels, just like the first inning, have their first 2 men on with nobody out here to start the fourth.
And this is when you want right now for Howie to be patient. Lannon's going to try to get you to swing at something down and away. This is a time where he'll throw that changeup or curveball in the outer half and try to get you to pull that ball and then make you hit that ball to shortstop. But force him into the middle part of the plate and force him up in the strike zone. A huge alley in left center field, and Lannon's not a guy that's going to overpower you, so force him in the inner half and just drive it. You see how far away, if he doesn't overpower you with the fastball, so you got to get on top of the plate, bring him in the inner half, and square up the baseball, hit that alley.
Howie rolled into a fielder's choice in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. Shoots this one to right field. That's going to hang up for Worth. There's out number 1. So the runners remain at first and second with 1 out. Brings up Mark Trumbo. Mark had that infield base hit just over the mound that Espinosa checked that Desmond had troubles with. He's 1 for 1. Well, for a guy that is known for inducing the ground ball, Lannon's picked up a lot of fly ball outs today. Fastball strike on the outside corner. Nix is deep in left. Bernardino medium depth at center, but shading Trumbo the opposite way, and Worth straight up and right. Big alley in left center field. Abreu at second and Wells at first. No balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, swinging at something out of the strike zone and down. That's why Lannon's effective in 5 starts in the month of June, 58 ground ball outs. So if you're going to swing at pitches like that, there's a pretty good chance you're going to hit the ball on the ground. And you have to force them up. It's easier said than done, but you got to anything starting at the knees, you got to let it go. You have to have a plane up there in which you're going up to attack the baseball. Anything at knee level, let go, because it's going to sink below that, and that's when you're going to hit a ground ball.
Mark backing out at the plate. Lannon taking a while. 13 home runs before the All-Star break for Mark Trumbo. Most by a rookie, and Tim Salmon had 17 back in '93. 0-2 pitch. It's down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lannon helped out by the double play ball in the second and the 1-2-3 inning of the third. An economical 53 pitches so far, 31 strikes, 22 balls. And has issued no walks. This one off the end of the bat. Took something off.
He does a real good job of either turning over his changeup or turning over his sinker to be able to stay in that same plane, but usually a differential between 7 to 8 miles an hour between his changeup and his fastball.
Trumbo fouling it back. Got the fastball there, but on the outer half of the plate. The count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. The Nats have a couple of runs on 4 hits. They've stranded 2. The Angels no runs, 5 hits, no errors, and they've left 2 on base. Bobby Abreu and Vernon Wells with base hits to start this 4th inning, both through the left side of the infield. Trumbo grounding it foul over the head of Dino Iba. We've talked all season long about how the ball jumps off the bat of Mark Trumbo. Mike Morse is right there. First time we've seen it since he was with the Mariners live and in person.
Yeah, there was a couple good rockets already.
2 of them he's hit today have been misses. Another 1-2. That's down in the dirt. Nice job by Ramos. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two. This one out towards center field, chasing Bernardino back, and he will make the catch. Bobby was about 3/4 of the way to third base as they head back to second, and there are 2 outs. Kind of surprised that Abreu was that far off the bag. The ball hit that deep. More times than not, you see a guy that tags up and heads to third base. Even give the guy, the trail runner, Vernon in this case, an opportunity to get to second base.
Yeah, it's always a more difficult pitch to make when you're a pitcher with a guy on third as compared to second, because then you're more apt to not to throw your nasty breaking ball in the dirt, because that could result in a run. So if you stay back and be able to tag up and force the issue in center field.
If that ball is over the head of Roger Bernardino in center field,
you're walking home.
Bobby's walking home. That's the point. That's why we bring it up. Here's Alberto Callaspo. Rolled into a 1-4-3 double play his first time up. He takes down and in. Go back to see where Bobby was at. At that point, there's nothing he could do.
But you can easily tag up and get to third base.
I mean, it's okay to come off the bag and head towards third, but once you see the center fielder or the outfielder making a play on the ball, hustle back to the bag and make an opportunity to advance 90 feet. Ball in the dirt, scratch out a run.
Bernardino has tremendous speed in center field, so he's going to track that ball down. When you can tell by the first step or two, he's going to make that play. So you put yourself in position to tag up and get to third. And Error could even score over a wild pitch. You get a run out of it.
Alberto lining one out to left field. That is going to fall for a base hit. Abreu's going to be waved home. The throw for Nix trickles home, and it's an RBI single for Alberto Callaspo. And the Angels get on the board as they trail it 2-1.
Nice job by Callaspo getting a pitch. It was a difficult one. It was an all-speed. He was out in front. You see there out in front, hand goes off the bat, but still strong enough to be able to keep the other hand on there and get it through the strike zone and hit that ball in the left field and score, Bobby, from second.
Callaspo picking up his 30th run batted in. 1-for-2 game now. Vernon at second and Callaspo at first. Here's Peter Bourjos, who had a fly ball to center field in the second.
You think it's a good matchup for Bourjos because he's a low ball hitter. Atlanta stays down on a lot of pitches. One pitch that Peter has a tough time laying off is that high fastball, and he'll swing and miss through it, but good matchup for Bourjos here.
Bourjos fouls it back over the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, you hope that base hit by Alberto gets him back on track. Obviously missing that time with the hamstring issue didn't help, but he was already starting to struggle a little bit, so it compounds the issue for him offensively. Guy that swung the bat well the first couple of months of the season. 1-1 pitch looped out toward right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Vernon Wells being waved around. The throw is going to third base. Vernon scores. He is out at third, but this game is tied up. RBI single by Peter Bourjos, his 16th run batted in. 4 in the books here at the Big A. This game is knotted at 2.
If you're Alberto Callaspo, be satisfied being at second base because that run's going to score. Peter Bourjos hit it off the end of the bat. A good read there at second base. Vernon Wells is going to score easily. You don't want to take that chance of being thrown out of third because if that tag's applied just before Vernon touches home, it's no run. Plus, you've taken away an opportunity to have a huge inning against Atlanta because he's not going to strike people out. He's going to force you to put the ball in play. And we've seen 4 hits in that inning alone. Could have been an even bigger inning.
No question about it. Stairs fouls this one off, and the point being is that you know that the Angels are going to be an aggressive bunch. Their history leads you to believe that they're an aggressive bunch, especially first to third, but I don't think it has to be automatic. I think you've got to get a read on it from a base runner's perspective, knowing full well that you've got a guy on the mound that's getting ready to give up his lead. He's thrown 21 pitches in that 4th inning. Keep that momentum going. See if you can bunch together 4 or 5 runs and knock the left-hander out. Instead, he's out of the inning. It's a 2-2 tie, but he's out of the inning.
He's out of the inning, but he's not going to overpower. He's going to get ground balls, and a lot of these ground balls or flares in the outfield are going to fall in for base hits, and an opportunity to get a few more runs.
Stairs takes one right down the middle for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He went around on that pitch. So it's a moot point. Second strikeout for Matt Stairs tonight. 4th overall for Ervin Santana. 1 out.
Well, a running fastball from Ervin. Stairs, a low ball hitter, likes that ball in the inner half where he can drop the head of the bat and drive it. Then slow down that swing on that high fastball.
Ian Desmond, the shortstop, steps in, takes a breaking ball up and in. Desmond hitting .226 on the year with 3 home runs and 22 runs batted in. The 3rd round pick, 2004. Shoots this one down the right field line and is slicing foul and out of play. That's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Desmond hit one off the end of the bat and rolled one to Mark Trumbull in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. Desmond 25 years of age. Espinosa 23 years of age. That breaking pitch is down low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And that is a recurring theme for Mike Rizzo and the Washington Nationals, getting that influx of young talent, getting them to the big leagues, get the experience under their belt. This one shot through the right side, a base hit. Going with the pitch, Desmond picks up a 1-out knock, and it spins the lineup back to the top and Roger Bernardino.
And a serious stolen base threat there. And Desmond, 20 stolen bases on the year. So you get it for Ervin Santana, who's had a tough time as far as slowing down the opponent's running game. Really has to pay attention right now. And you wonder if Davey Johnson's going to change that philosophy. When you look at this club prior to him taking over this today, 67 stolen bases on the team. And Davey was always a guy that believed in that old Earl Weaver analogy of that 3-run home run. Not a lot of aggressive base stealing.
Well, the Nationals are 3rd in the National League in stolen bases with 67 bags. Desmond the leader with 20. Bernardino has 11. Jason Worth has 10 bags. Bernardino skying one out to deep right field. Vernon Wells near the wall and will make the catch. Tagging from first and heading to second is Desmond, but there are 2 outs. In the daytime, that ball's got a chance to get out. At nighttime, with that cool marine layer coming in, not so much.
Even earlier in the game, that might have a chance getting out of there. But I'll tell you what, another pitch right down the middle of the plate and just misses. Vernon did a nice job of getting back on that baseball right in front of the wall. Also a nice job by Desmond, get himself in position to get into scoring position, tagging up from first base, realizing that the 3-time Gold Glover and Vernon Wells is going to make that play and right.
So Desmond at second, 2 outs for Jason Worth, who's popped out, struck out. Ground ball to third. Kayaspo on 2 hops has it. That'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, and the man left in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 2. our advice, and he tried to cheat. He brought the modified trike out, and you know what? He kind of slowed traffic up as if he were on the 405 again.
Or any freeway out here, as a matter of fact.
Abe started to take the lead, but watch this play right here. He gets hip checked in honor of Corey Perry right into the seats. Thanks for coming.
Wow, look how fast.
George wins again.
Oh,
honest Abe. That's what you get for being honest. Get out of the way. Go big or go home. Bobby Wilson leading things off here in the fifth at a 2-2 tie. Wilson, Izturis, and Ibar against John Lennon.
Down goes Abe.
Hey, buddy. You're down to 2 more games.
I
Try to get Teddy.
I get, I think to somehow find a way.
I think the only way that Teddy wins is if you get in the costume and run as Teddy.
Yeah, that'd be so good. Oh, I wouldn't sweat at all. I know that.
No.
See, Teddy was way ahead, too.
Seriously. Man up, Teddy. Win it once. 3-0's upstairs. It's a 4-pitch walk. Leadoff man is on board. First walk of the game. It spins the lineup back to the top, and Meiser Izturis.
Zimmerman playing in just in case Meiser squares around the bunt.
Joe's bunt. Lannon delivers upstairs, and it's 5 consecutive balls. Izturis 1 for 2 at a base hit in the first inning, grounded out in the third. A former National himself, Meiser Izturis. He had Juan Rivera coming over in November of 2004 in exchange for Jose Guillen. Kind of worked out for the Angels.
No question.
2 balls and no strikes.
The thing about Meiser, he can play so many positions and play them well. One of the most consistent hitters throughout his career as far as getting base hits with runners in scoring position. Versatile.
Goes a swing and a miss, a throw down from Ramos, and it's in time. Bobby Wilson has gone down for the first out. The hit and run, but Lannon going off speed pitch. Izturis swinging through it. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Well, you can see how powerful that arm is from Ramos behind the plate too. Bobby actually had a pretty good jump, hoping that Meiser was able to make contact, but didn't make contact on the pitch, and Ramos threw him out easily.
2-2. Ramos is now thrown out 13 of 29 would-be base stealers. That will limit a running game.
And then you get Pudge Rodriguez, the other catcher, with that power arm he has behind the plate.
Full count.
Well, Ramos all those years, huge prospect with the Minnesota Twins, but obviously he has a guy in front of him who's won a few batting titles, Joe Mauer.
He's done a few more commercials than Wilson Ramos has.
Yeah, just a few. But you keep throwing out base runners like that, you might get a few yourself.
Izturis goes down swinging, 2 outs. Fans, on Thursday, July the 7th at 7:05, the Angels begin a 4-game series against the Seattle Mariners. All fans in attendance will receive an Angels flashback hat courtesy of Hyundai. For tickets, visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com. Cool hat. You like it?
Yeah, it's a nice looking lid. What do you think?
Absolutely. Ibar dropping a bunt at the third base line. It rolls foul. Never an easy task against Ryan Zimmerman at third base to drop down a bunt and actually beat it out.
You see how aggressively he comes in. Obviously, scouting reports you get on hitters and pitchers, but you also know the field itself. The ball has a tendency to roll back into play, so Zimmerman made sure he got that ball foul. Ibar didn't get a base hit out of it.
No ball to the strike on Ibar, who had a bunt base hit up the first base line in the first, hit a fly ball to left in the third. Chasing that off-speed pitch, and it snowballs 2 strikes.
It's amazing how the dynamics of an inning can change so quickly. A 4-pitch walk, then you 2 pitches in a row out of the strike zone, then a swing and a miss on a hit and run. Then all of a sudden, you're looking at a possibility of end up being just 3 batters facing the same.
It's down and in. Actually, it got Ibar. He will take his base. He has 6 straight wide ones to start the inning. Man at first, nobody out. Like you pointed out, credit Lannon because he made the right pitch at the right time on that hit and run. The off-speed pitch. The Stir swung and missed on, and Wilson getting thrown out. So Bobby gets an opportunity here with 2 outs and a man at first. See if Ibar decides to test Ramos with Lannon on the hill. Ibar's got 15 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. Bobby 1 for 2. Got a base at the left field leading off the 4th inning. Also came around to score the first run for the Halos. One-0 pitch. Bobby waving at the breaking pitch. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 different types of breaking pitches right there. Same pitch. One a little get it over. Outside corner. See if he'll get him to chase. And then the harder one that looks like more of a fastball. And you get the result that you wanted. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah, it almost looks like a bad fastball. Especially if you're Bobby just trying to get a fastball. Last time up, landed through the fastball. And up and in, he was able to go inside out on that pitch. I can't imagine him throwing a fastball in the inner half against Bobby this time around. Be fastballs away, breaking balls away. Different signs for different organizations as far as they want the pick off at first base. A lot of clubs will just have that thumb where they make that sign to go over to first. That was a 2 with the horns, and then 1 means throw to first base. This one fastball in again.
The runner goes. The throw down from Ramos is not in time. And Ibar had a terrific jump from first base.
Boy, first movement going right away. Head down, thinking in terms of stealing that bag, and easily gets into second. Strong throw from Ramos, but no chance to get Ibar with that jump he had. Almost came off the base. Good job of keeping that foot on the bag.
Abreu with a 2 ball, 1 strike count. 2 outs. 2-2 tied. Solo home runs for the Nats. Mike Morris leading off the 2nd. Ryan Zimmerman leading off the 4th to take a 2-0 lead, but the Angels scored 2 runs on 4 hits in the 4th to tie things up. Bobby fouling it back. It's 2-2. Well, he waited nicely on that, but kept the hands back.
Pretty good pitch to hit, too. Or if you're a pitcher, you're thinking, oh, I just got away with one. And Bobby just kind of smiling a little bit, thinking I had to pitch a crush. Well, he kept his head down on that baseball very well.
Two. Lays off that one. Full count. Wells on deck. Bobby takes down low, and there's a walk second issued by Lannon in this inning. He only 2's allowed in the game. Mentioned the 21 pitches thrown by Landon in that fourth, and it came out. Couldn't find the strike zone early on. The visit to the mound, Steve McCatty, the pitching coach.
Where that really good Oakland A pitching staff with Billy Martin was the manager of that Oakland A's team, McCatty.
Landon getting ready to throw his 20th pitch of this fifth inning.
Had an odd inning, 2 walks, a hit batter.
Some scrambling going on in the Nationals bullpen right now. 82 pitches thrown by Landon. Looks like Matthews is the first man up. Ryan Matthews. One ball, no strikes. Vernon with a base hit to left field and a run scored in the fourth inning. He's 1 for 2. He's got Ibarge second, Abreu at first. Way outside. 2 balls and no strikes. I think Landon tried to hump up on that one.
Yeah, and he's really just starting to aim the baseball. But there's 2 walks after the last inning, which you gave up 4 base hits. A lot of times as a pitcher, you're a contact pitcher, you kind of go away. You're trying to think in terms, I got to try to throw a different spot of the plate.
Ground ball to short. They'll go the short way and force him out. Vernon chasing a pitch away from him and just rolled over it. 5 of the books here at the Big A. We are still tied at 2.
After he got bumped out of the way. Gets all the funniest episodes of My Name is Earl, King of Queens, How I Met Your Mother, and Seinfeld, only on My 13. Look at Abe. I feel your pain.
You think that guy in the black shirt is texting that picture to a friend and said, Abe is up in my grill right now? 2-2 tie here at the top of the 6th inning. Zimmerman, Nix, and Morse against Irvin Santana. Breaking pitch is in for a strike. Zimmerman 2 for 2. Base hit in the first inning, a solo home run in the fourth, his 3rd home run of the season. And now with 11 runs batted in.
Again, Irvin not going inside, pulling off that fastball. Bobby is even setting off the inside corner by a lot. Once in that, get that fastball inside. Zimmerman way off the plate, dives in. You have to go in around belt high on that fastball.
Breaking pitch is swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zimmerman missing 58 games on the disabled list, reinstated on June the 14th. They've been scuffling, 9 for 54, but 2 for 2 tonight.
Well, you can see right there again, pulling off that fastball, not going in there and feeling the confidence to go inside on Zimmerman. Well, most batters are going to be right here in the batter's box. You see how far away he is. He's going to dive in.
Ground ball to second. Had him out in front. Zimmerman retired for the first time tonight. There's out number 1 to start this 6th inning. You're basically saying is trying to make guys uncomfortable. Doesn't mean you have to hit anybody. Doesn't mean you have to have a mean streak. It means if you're able to run a fastball up there 94, 95 miles an hour, good fuzz, throw it in off the plate.
Exactly.
Make a guy move his feet a little bit.
If you have a hitter able to hit that ball, period, granted it wasn't hit well, it was off the end of the bat, but if you're able to cover that much of the plate on the outside corner like that, that tells you they're comfortable looking away against you, and they're not uncomfortable as far as you're going to push them off the plate inside.
Nix with a big swing and a pop-up to shallow left center. Ibar is out there.
And Irvin has a great fastball, not an average fastball, but a great fastball. When you can throw 93 to 95 with movement, you don't have to live inside, you just have to show inside. And I've told that story a number of times. The late Don Drysdale said, hey, listen, during the course of a game, a hitter knows he has a part of the plate and a pitcher has part of the plate. Your job as a pitcher is to never let that hitter know which part of the plate is his that particular at bat or night.
Well, like Zimmerman, Morse has had a nice game against Irvin Santana, 2 for 2. Solo home run in the second, a double in the fourth. That pitch caught the corner, and it's 0-1.
Both pretty much, Zimmerman and Morse, both almost in the same spot in the batter's box. Hands out over the plate like that. Tells you most times you're not going to be able to get inside, be able to hit an inside fastball like that. Now you can go right back in again. All you can do as a hitter with that type of swing that he has is pull that ball foul or hit it off your foot.
This one out toward right center field, slicing toward Vernon Wells. He'll make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Irvin Santana. We have to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 2. Helping small businesses do what they do even better. AT&T, rethink possible. 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First of 3 against the Washington Nationals. John Lannon coming off the 5th inning in which he threw 22 pitches, 8 strikes, walked 2 batters. The first 2 that he had walked in this game, but he had Vernon Wells to ground out to end the 5th. Kendrick Trumbo Cayaspo. Here's first pitch is fouled straight back, and it's 0-1. Howie hit into a fielder's choice at end of the first inning with a fly ball to right in the 4th. 0 for 2. This one ground ball through the right side. There's a base hit. 8th hit of the night for the Angels. And they get their leadoff man on board for the third consecutive inning. And 4 of the 6 innings in this game against Landon.
Boy, 2 excellent swings. One fouled straight back by Howie, and that one, that approach going the other way. That's what you have to do against a pitcher like Landon, because he's not going to throw many pitches on the inner half. If he does, it's for effect. So you stay back, kept his hands quiet, and punched that ball in the right field.
There's Mark Trumbo at an infield base hit in the second, a fly ball to center in the fourth. Chasing that breaking ball down and in. And it's no balls and a strike.
A couple times already in the game, Trumbo swung at that breaking pitch way off the inside corner and down.
So inviting.
It looks like you should be able to crush it, but again, all you're going to do is that with that baseball is pull that one foul, maybe even in your own dugout.
On the outside corner, no balls, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. The Nationals with action in their bullpen once again. Matthews back up. He was up in the 5th. 90 pitches thrown by Landon.
He doesn't throw a ton of pitches during the course of the game, and most he's thrown this year is 109 pitches in a game.
They're trying to climb the ladder.
Well, then you think after that pitch there, upstairs, he's going to throw that breaking pitch down and in off the plate. Again, when you have a pitcher who doesn't have overpowering stuff, this is the point of the game where you might make a mistake throwing that breaker ball in the inner half. You leave it out over the plate and up. That's a pitch that Trumbo can hit out of the ballpark.
Off the end of the bat, up the line, but foul. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now you mentioned that highest pitch total, the pitch count for Landon, 109. That was back on June the 6th against the Giants. He's touched 100 or more just 4 other times this season. Leadoff base hit to Howie Kendrick. He's over at first base. Another 1-2. Boy, trying to go back outside on that corner, just missed. 2-2.
They missed by a lot. Trumbo took that well. Tracked it. Nothing you could do anyhow if you're a hitter. That looked like a pretty good pitch. Trumbo's still alive in this at bat.
Ground ball to third. Zimmerman with a diving stop. Sidearm flip to second, and they turn the double play. 5-4-3 round the horn. Second turn by the Nationals, and it all started with Ryan Zimmerman at third.
Well, you can tell that's why he's such a special player, Zimmerman, when he's healthy. Perennial all-star. The big thing, he has his feet moving, so he's in a position to be able to dive and make that play. Good takeout by Howie at second base. They were able to turn that 5-4-3 double play. Improved defense this season. That was part of their goal during the offseason. Obviously get some better pitching, some more power, but improve the defense.
Kayasma takes a strike. Just 41 errors committed by the Nationals this year, but Desmond has 9 at shortstop. Espinoza 5, but still young players, still learning. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Alberto, who's 1 for 2. Kayasma with an RBI single in the 4th inning.
Espinoza did a good job of staying in there at second base to turn that double play.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Espinoza leaving about 25 tickets, family and friends today at Mater Dei High School. Kayaspo looping one out to left field, and that is going to fall for a base hit. Next plays it on the high. So Alberta with his second hit, as we pointed out in that fourth inning. Maybe that one little swing of the bat.
Yeah, Alberta always a streaky hitter. Now they're starting to get through the baseball. Good contact hitter, but it was getting himself out a lot during the streak in which he was struggling. Now finally getting that swing through and hitting the ball pretty hard into left field.
Here's Peter Bourjos, who had an RBI base hit in the fourth inning. It tied this game up at 2. Coming into this game, Peter had been batting .298 in the month of June. After a very, very rough month of May. Lays off. It's 2 balls, no strikes. 100 pitches now thrown by Lanham. More than likely his last inning. Outfield very deep against Peter Bourjos. Ground ball to the left side. Desmond can't come up with it. It's going to be a tough play regardless. His only play probably would have been to shortstop, to second, I should say, to force out Callaspo, but it'll go as an infield single for Peter, his second hit of the game. First and second, 2 outs now for Bobby Wilson.
You know, once that ball got to the hole, you at the back end, there's no chance you're going to be able to throw out Peter Bourjos at first. The only play would be to second base. Callaspo looked like he was going to be able to beat that out also. Base hit for Bourjos. Another hit here and another opportunity to break the game open by bunching these hits together against a guy that keeps the ball down in the zone like Lanham has throughout this entire game.
Bobby swinging first pitch, a base hit to left field. Callaspo being waved around third. No throw to the plate. It goes to third instead, and the Angels are on top 3-2. 3 straight 2-out hits for the Halos, putting them on top here in the 6th inning.
Boy, bunching hits together. 4 hits again in this inning. And another ground ball through the hole. Lands a pitch to contact guy. Bobby Wilson, or should we call him Bob, gets the big base hit to give the Angels the lead.
Well, Peter Bourjos not wasting any time either. Rounding second, heading to third, putting himself just 90 feet away, and that's going to be it for John Lanham. Matthews is coming into the game. The Angels, with 4 hits in the 6th inning, have taken the lead 3-2. Two-out base hits. John Lanham giving up a season high in hits, 11. His previous high had been 9, and that was a while ago, back on May 21st against the Baltimore Orioles. Going 6 innings. He's at 5 2/3 tonight. He leads with property at first and third as Ryan Matthews comes into the ballgame.
Good spot for him. 5 scoreless innings in his 5 career games. Has a good fastball slider. It's an opportunity, especially with Meister with that soft, quiet hands. to expand on this lead. When you think about it, 11 base hits, 2 walks, a hit batter. You want to capitalize on those hits when you bunch them together like that.
Borges at third, Wilson over at first. Bobby picking up his second RBI. Meister takes down low for ball 1. Matthews making his big league debut this season. Had Tommy John surgery back in 2009, pitching in his 6th game. 6 innings, just 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. And he falls behind at 2 balls and no strikes. It's a young man that was acquired from the Colorado Rockies in exchange for Joe Beimel. Robinson Fabian also came over, pitcher from the Rockies, and the Nats knew that he was going to need Tommy John surgery. He's battled his way back, gotten to the big leagues. Sturris takes that pitch outside, and it's 3-0. Looks like an easy 94 miles per hour right there with sinking action, too.
Yeah, that late movement through the strike zone is worth that gamble. You see an arm like this, there's been a lot of success coming back from that type of surgery.
And that's a 4-pitch walk, and they're loaded up for Erick Aybar. Borges at third, Wilson at second. It's Sturris over at first. Erick Aybar at the plate. He's been prone to hit the triple with the bases loaded.
Well, he looks for that ball in the inner half and down. That's when he's able to get those triples with the bases loaded. But above all, right now, if you're Erick Aybar, you got a youngster out there struggling with the strike zone. You got to center in on a spot where you can hit the ball hard.
Fouls this one back. And it's no balls and a strike. Eric 1 for 2, had a base hit, a bunt single in the first inning, a fly to left in the third. Was hit by a pitch and stole a base in the 5th, but was stranded in scoring position. For Aybar, his 16th stolen base. Angels with a run here in the 6th inning, courtesy of Bobby Wilson's RBI single, leading it 3-2. Breaking pitch pulled foul, and it's no balls, 2 strikes.
Erick Aybar hitting .429 with the bases loaded. Career-wise, .293.
Oh, 2 pitch inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's also an area much like the situational hitting for the Halos, in which they have struggled. Just a .205 batting average with the bases loaded this year. No grand slams yet. 1-2. Swings, fouls that pitch back.
Well, that's pretty impressive to get even a piece of that baseball. That was a nasty pitch. That ball had great action on it at 84 miles an hour.
Down and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, as a pitcher, you still have some options here at 2-2. 3-2 if you fall behind, you have to go with the fastball. Still have that ability to throw an all-speed pitch, and Erick Aybar are going to be looking for something around knee-high to be able to hit it hard.
Down and in, full count. Get the merry-go-round going with 2 outs. Runners off of the pitch. Borges from third. Wilson from second, and Sturris from first. The 11 hits in this game for the Angels. 2 runs in the 4th, 1 here in the 6th. Runners go to 3-2, and that is a little soft liner to short. Desmond had the position perfectly. Makes the catch for the 3rd out. But the Angels string in 4 hits, and through 6, they lead it 3-2. Now through July the 3rd, get 40% off all jerseys at the Angels team stores. Don't miss this chance to get commemorative 50th anniversary and flashback jerseys at a great price. Be sure to shop now while supplies last at the Angels merchandise locations. Ervin Santana pitching with a lead. And here in the 7th, it'll be Espinosa, Ramos, and Stairs. Espinosa tonight to strikeout and a ground out, so he's 0 for 2. Had a taste of the big leagues last year, playing in 28 games with the Nats. And just .214, but hit 6 home runs and drove in 15. He gets jammed here and fouls it off to the left. He's shown the power this year. 14 home runs this season.
Big opportunity for Ervin to throw that shutdown inning. Talked about so often, but he gets the lead here late in the ball game. That's where you got to be ultra aggressive. Power stuff in the strike zone.
Breaking pitch, a strike, and it's 1-2. Good slider. Down and in to hit him. Leadoff man is on board via the hit by pitch.
Bobby's setting up a way. He wanted that backdoor slider and missed by a ton on the inside and hits him in the leg.
Third batter that Santana has hit this season. And you have to be cognizant of Espinosa over at first base. 9 stolen bases. He's been caught just twice. Wilson Ramos, the catcher, at the plate. A ground ball and a fly ball to center, so he's 0 for 2. Ramos, a guy that, especially if Espinosa does not go from first base, you can get to roll into a double play. He's rolled into 8 of them this year. That is good for the team lead. Chopper to short. Ibar feeds Izturis. Speedling to first. Low throw. Trumbo can't come up with it. The ball trickles into the dugout. And that means Ramos will advance to second.
Well, you think that was a perfect ground ball double play. You just mentioned the fact, Victor, he's rolled into 8 of them. That looked like it was going to be number 9. Just tried to pull that fastball away. Good feed by Erick Aybar, but Meister running away off the base, getting himself in position. That's when you, as a second baseman, you use that bag as protection as the slide comes in, stay there in a strong position, and quickly turn to first base.
Yeah, that's not how you want to turn a double play from a second baseman's perspective.
Well, you can be right behind the base. Once you tag the base, stay behind it, use that base as protection from the slide, and then you can make that strong throw across.
Izturis committing his 4th error. Brings up Matt Stairs with 1 out, the man in scoring position. Stairs 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Ervin has 4 punch outs on the night. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Bobby Wilson leaving the mask near the railing. Of course, trying to back up that throw from Meister Stairs.
He's going old school like an old goalie in hockey.
No mask.
No mask.
It's 2 balls and no strikes. The Angels do have action in their bullpen right now. Left-hander Hisanori Takahashi begins to loosen. Three balls and no strikes.
The thing about Matt Stairs, he's always been a guy that if he's gearing up for the fastball, he'll be swinging 3-0, get the green light. Even though he's not hitting the ball well this year at all, he does have power.
And Ervin walks him on 4 pitches. First walk of the night for Ervin Santana after striking out Stairs. His first 2 at-bats. Mike Butcher's going to come out, pay a visit. You've got Desmond at the plate, a tough guy to double up with his speed. Desmond 1 for 2 out of base hit in the 5th inning. Desmond's only rolled into 4 double plays this year. The only thing you could hope for in this instance is the fact that he hits one sharply at one of the infielders that allows you to start the double play a lot quicker.
Yeah, you run a fastball in his hand and jam him. More difficult to get out of the batter's box.
So the catcher Ramos at second, stares at first. Not a whole lot of speed on the bases for the Nats. Just 1 out. The Angels up by a run. Breaking pitch, chopped on the ground to short. Ivor to Usturiz, relay to first. In time, double play. He got it. No runs, no hits. The Nats leave a man on. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A, and the Halos still on top 3-2.
Trip. It's Buttercup.
You've got that thing on your iPod though, right?
Yeah, the
On
foundation.
shuffle?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just replay it over and over again.
Oh.
Nice job by you too, adding it to your ringtone collection.
Yes.
Matthews here in the 7th to face 3, 4, and 5 for the Angels. Abreu, Wells, and Kendrick. John Landon, by the way, 5 2/3, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 runs all earned on 11 hits. Season high for him. Also hit a batter. Matthews walked to Sturz with 2 outs in the 6th inning, but then got Ivor to line out on a 3-2 pitch. The first one to Bobby's up and away. Abreu with a strikeout, a single with a run scored, and a walk. That means he's 1 for 2. Off speed pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes. On the outside corner with a 92-mile-per-hour fastball. It's 2-1. Matthews born in Galt, California. Went to Sacramento City College, drafted by the Rockies in 2003. But did not sign. He was a drafted follow. Didn't sign until the following May, prior to the next season's draft. As we pointed out, had that Tommy John surgery in 2009. Bobby takes a strike. He thought it was ball 4. Instead, it's a full count. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. There's a base hit. Leadoff single yet again for the Angels. They've had their leadoff man on in every inning except the third.
And that approach by Bobby going right back up the middle on that fastball by Matthews in center field. Bobby 3 times on base, 2 singles and a walk.
There's Vernon Wells, who had a base hit with a run scored to the 4th. 1-for-3 game. Swinging first pitch, fouls it back. And it's no balls and a strike. Breaking pitch lifted in the air to left, playable for Nix. Just dropped the end of the bat. Is out number 1. Fans on Friday, crosstown rivals. The Dodgers will visit the Big A for a 3-game set starting at 7:05. That would be Jared Weaver against Clayton Kershaw, by the way. Make your plans to be part of the annual Freeway Series. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on to angels.com.
Should be a lot of fun. That certainly was an interesting series. That matchup once again, Weave versus Kershaw on Friday. Possibly.
Yeah. Anything could change. Here's Howie Kendrick. It's a breaking ball for his strike. The Dodgers shut out the Minnesota Twins tonight at Target Field, 15-0. It's pretty good shellacking.
That's hitting the ball well.
Yeah. They had 24 hits in that game against the Twins. 0-1 pitch. Howie out towards straightaway center field, chasing Bernardino back, still going back, and he'll make the catch as he steps onto the warning track. A long out for Howie Kendrick as Bobby scampers back to first. There are 2 outs. So here comes Mark Trumbo with 2 outs and a man at first base. Trumbo 1 for 3 with a base hit back in the second. Limited schedule in Major League Baseball today. Tigers beat the Blue Jays 4-2. Cincinnati shut out Tampa Bay 5-0. The Cubs beat the Rockies 7-3, and then there's some games that are still ongoing. Atlanta leading Seattle 3-1. Cleveland and Arizona tied at 4. That game in the 9th. And San Diego leading Kansas City 4-3. That game at the top of the 7th down at Petco Park.
It's been a little bit closer this year between the National League and the American League as far as win-loss totals.
Abreu takes off, had a running start, easily steals second base.
Number 13 on the season for Bobby. Yeah, the pitcher just not paying attention. The guy that's been very successful throughout his career, easily sliding in there. No throw even made at 13 stolen base, 16 attempts.
Trumbo with a no ball, 2 strike count. Chopper foul, Dino Ebel. Looked like he was running a fly pattern and dropped the ball.
We may have to mention that to him tomorrow, just for fun.
You know what, though? It's the seams in the new side.
Yes, that's what it was. He told us about that, too. He would take that extra base possibly against an outfielder. So that's what it was.
Another 0-2, way outside, going with a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 runs, 5 hits, 4 left on for the Nats. 3 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. And the Angels have left 8 men on base.
I think the guys were mentioning Dino not making that play in the dugout. He was looking over just the pitch before. That never happens generally.
Never. Pretty good pitch, just missed down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Matthews angry at himself, trying to get Trumbo to chase that slider. Callaspo's on deck. He's got a couple of knocks tonight, including an RBI, his 30th of the year.
Last time in the situation, Matthews threw a 3-2 slider. Derek Ibar hit off the end of the bat for that semi-line drive to short. You think fastball, but you can't guarantee that.
Tapper foul going back to that slider. $35,032 here at the Big A tonight. Start of a long homestand for the Angels. Another payoff pitch. Trumbo chops it foul. This one rattling off that railing in front of the dugout.
And that was a little better pitch to hit for Trumbo. Just out in front enough. The speed itself. I'm going to have to talk to him right now. McCaddy, the pitch coach, going to say, hey, listen, you got a good fastball. You're throwing a lot of breaking balls here.
Kind of an odd time to have a conversation here.
Don't happen too often.
No.
3-2.
After a couple of 3-2 pitches.
The only thing I can think of is, hey, you got a good fastball, challenge him with the fastball. But if you have a pitcher that doesn't feel comfortable with a particular pitch, you're better off throwing what you feel confident with. And then as compared to this, you should throw a fastball. That would kind of stun me, being on the mound on a 3-2 pitch, and the pitching coach come running out to me and talk to me at that point.
Abreu leading off at second base with 2 outs here, and he lost it. Went with that fastball and he walked it.
That's a fastball that he threw that he wasn't comfortable throwing, but he was told to throw a fastball.
So Callaspo steps up now. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, an RBI, and a run scored. There's 2 hits coming from the right side of the plate. Left-handed this year, .268 average, 3 home runs at 20 of his 30 runs batted in. Ramos is going to go out and talk things over with Matthews. I guess perhaps to see if Henry Rodriguez is almost done getting loose there. He's been up for a little bit now, so it shouldn't take him too long. Davey Johnson looks like he's coming out of the dugout, and sure enough, that's going to be it. So Matthews departs after going 1 full inning, giving up a hit, walking 2, and departs with property, I should say, at first and second base. A pitching change here in the 7th. The Angels still on top 3-2. 3-2 here in the 7th inning. Bobby Wilson had an RBI single in the 6th inning, snapping that 2-2 tie. The Halos with 12 hits, all singles, and every starter has at least one. Ervin Santana so far, 7 innings, 2 earned runs, both solo home runs. Mike Morse got him first in the 2nd. Ryan Zimmerman in the 4th. Both leadoff home runs, by the way. Henry Rodriguez, a new pitcher for the Washington Nationals here. He takes over for Matthews with 2 outs in the 7th. Runners at first and second base.
Rodriguez, a very, very good fastball. Former A. It's a fastball 97 to 100. He stays on top. Very good curveball, but at times inconsistent. Overthrows that pitch.
Rodriguez coming over in that trade with the Oakland Athletics along with outfielder Corey Brown. That was the Josh Willingham deal last December. Last year with Oakland, pitched in 29 games, had a 1-0 record of 4.55 ERA.
28 strikeouts in 22 and a third innings pitched. It tells you what type of fastball he does have.
Ranked 4th in Major League Baseball in 2010 with an average fastball velocity of 98.45 miles per hour. And the 96 mile per hour one just kind of dusts Alberto back a little bit. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, make you aware of that fastball inside when it's throwing that firm and up and in.
Rodriguez, a native of Venezuela. Ayaspo fouls it off to the left. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. Abreu at second, Trumbo at first. That's down to the dirt. Well, you don't have a whole lot of time. A breaking ball like that or a fastball down the dirt to get down there and block it. Outfield shading Callaspo the opposite way, at least at left and center. Two-one. Down and in. 3 balls and a strike. This bullpen for the Nationals has been pretty solid. 16 and 10 mark. A 3.04 ERA.
And Callaspo should get a fastball right now. He's got to try to go to heart of the plate. You don't want to walk, you know, having the bases loaded. You gear up for the fastball.
Ground ball to short. Plays going to first. That'll end the inning. The Angels leave a couple of more men on base. 7 in the books here at the Big Air. The Angels still have a 3-2 lead. placement in right field. He actually goes in Mark Trumbo's spot in the order. Vernon moves over to left field, and Howie moves from left over to first.
Yeah, I talked to Torrey before the game. He said he had a real good workout as far as swinging the bat, running the bases, catching fly balls. Said he was going to be in the lineup, starting lineup tomorrow, but gets an opportunity as a defensive replacement tonight.
Top of the order due up for the Nats here. Bernardino, Worth, and Zimmerman against Irvin Santana, who's now thrown 84 pitches. The 0-1. A swing and a ground ball to the right side. Esteuris has it on one hop. 1 out. Bernardino an 0 for 4 night. Big guy to get out here with pretty good speed. So with 1 out, here comes Jason Worth, the right fielder. Worth probably has one of the slowest walks from the on-deck circle to the batter's box in all of baseball. It is deliberate.
Yeah, you can get a few extra warm-up tosses before he makes it to the plate. So Irvin do that early in the game.
Breaking pitch in for strike 1. Jason 0 for 3. He's popped out, struck out, and grounded out to third. No balls, 2 strikes. The Angels have double barrel action working in their pen. Scott Downs, the lefty. Michael Kahn, the right-hander. One and 2. Irvin with 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, and 5 hits allowed, which includes the 2 home runs he gave up. Solo shots to Morse and Zimmerman. Zimmerman's on deck. Here's the 1-2. Fastball just missed down low, and that's the pitch that got Worth looking into third inning. But he takes it for ball 2.
That didn't miss by a lot. That's a pretty good spot for that fastball.
Another 2-2. Breaking pitch. Got him swinging. Down goes Worth. 2 outs.
Well, that's a great sequence of pitches there by Irvin. That slider away, barely fastball away, I'm sorry, fouled it off, was late. Then he went right that same plane with a nasty slider out in front, unable to make contact. 2 pitches before that, fastball inside, it just missed. It's all about the setup pitches, and that was a perfect slider by Irvin.
Ryan Zimmerman steps to the plate now with 2 outs and nobody on. A 2 for 3 game for Zimmerman. Also a great defensive play. Starting a 5-4-3 double play in the 6th inning. At that point, the Angels had 2 outs and nobody on, and then Callasco, Borges, Wilson with 3 consecutive hits. Put the Angels up 3-2. Off-speed pitch, check swing over to first. Howie will take it himself. A 1-2-3 inning for Irvin. We head to the bottom of the 8th with the Angels still on top 3-2. trying to talk himself back out there with Mike Scioscia, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Fans of 1961 uniforms worn by the Angels this season are now up for auction online. Visit the community page on Angels.com to bid on the authentic hats, helmets, and uniforms. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Angels Foundation. Here in the eighth, the Angels sent up 8-9-1. Borges, Wilson, and Esteuris against Henry Rodriguez. He came into the seventh and got the last out, inducing a ground ball by Alberto Callaspo.
Well, Victor, I like that, what I saw out of Irvin, saying he's got one more. He threw 19 pitches in that first inning, but throughout the next 7, never threw more than 12 pitches in a single inning. He was very aggressive, made some quality pitches, threw some pitches on the inside part of the plate, and had a nasty slider.
Peter Borges swinging first pitch, loops one out to shallow right. That falls in for a hit. Borges is going to stay right there. And Peter has his 3rd hit of the game, 3 for 4 with an RBI. Another leadoff man on board.
It is amazing how many leadoff hitters have been successfully getting on base in this game. The 13th hit. Mix in 4 walks and a hit by pitch.
The biggest issue is that the hits haven't come in crucial situations. The Angels 3 for 11 with men in scoring position today, and have stranded 10 men on the bases so far tonight.
Pretty good matchup here. Although Rodriguez throws hard, not particularly quick to the plate. Bobby Wilson is one of those very good contact hitters. Mike Scioscia likes to put the hit and run on with him at the plate. He was squared around the bunt.
Bobby tonight 1 for 2. Lined out to the second baseman Espinosa in the 3rd inning. Walked and was thrown out on a botched hit and run in the 5th, and then singled homer run in the 6th. Peter, 8 stolen bases. He's been caught 4 times. Way upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. The world famous tri-box showing you Bobby Wilson, Peter Borges, and Dino Evil flashing signs.
Power pitcher trying to go upstairs with the fastball to make it more difficult for Bobby to get that bunt down. Well, Mike Scioscia is not afraid to put on a hit and run with Wilson at the plate.
Zimmerman playing in at 3rd base. For the first. Bobby drops the bunt back to Rodriguez, who throws to second, and Borges is out. They don't get the double play.
A pretty gutsy play by Rodriguez to turn around and make that strong throw to the shortstop, which Peter Borges running. Throw him a curveball, much easier pitch to bunt. Bobby gets that ball down. But again, that's textbook as far as fielding a bunt. You already have your body turned, so that way you don't have to field it, spin around, and throw. You're already in position of athleticism to turn around and make that throw to second base.
So Wilson replaces Borges at first with 1 out now, and Esteuris takes outside. Meiser tonight 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 1st inning. He's grounded out, struck out, and walked since then. Takes that one down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and 1 strike.
A 2-1 count, hit and run count with 1 out. But Bobby was thrown out, Bobby Wilson, earlier on a hit and run that Meister swung and missed on.
This one popped up. Desmond has the call. And on the dirt will put it away. 2 outs. Jordan Walden loosening in the pen. Irvin Santana done after 8 innings. 5 strikeouts and a walk. 2 runs, both earned on 5 hits, 2 home runs. Ibar did not offer out of that pitch in the dirt. Asked for an appeal. He did go. Laz Diaz rings him up. It's no balls and a strike on Eric. 1 for 3 with a base hit back in the 4th. That was a bunt single up the first base line. Joel Pinheiro, Jason Marquis tomorrow night, 7:05 start here at the Big A. He'll be on Fox Sports West tomorrow night. No balls, 2 strikes. Snap throw to first, and Bobby gets back in. Looking ahead to the 9th for the Washington Nationals. Lance Nix, Mike Morse, and Daniel Espinosa. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Nats. Just got a piece of that one. Needless to say, Eric doesn't look very comfortable at the plate with Henry Rodriguez on the mound.
Yeah, he's swinging at pitches almost in the dirt. He's trying to make some contact. He's trying to bring the baseball with him, hit it on the ground, and try to beat it out in the infield.
Wilson takes off. The 0-2 bouncer back up the middle. Desmond was right there because he was covering on the potential stolen base. That will end the inning. We head to the 9th. Here comes Waldo as the Angels have a 3-2 lead. Three to 2 in this first game of the 3-game set against the Washington Nationals. And Jordan Walden coming into the game here to try to close things out. Jordan, of course, yesterday took the loss. Just could not find the strike zone early on. Got in a position to pick up the save and probably should have had the call gone the Angels' way, but it goes as a blown save and a loss for Walden. Here in the 9th inning, he'll be facing 4, 5, and 6 for the Nats.
And that's the beauty of being a closer. You get an opportunity to redeem yourself, go out and get a save and help the ball club win this first game of this long home stand. Get back to that 500 mark.
Lance Nix will lead things off. The left fielder for the Nationals. Nix 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a pop-up. Ervin Santana, 8 innings, 5 punch outs, a walk, 2 runs. Both earned on 5 hits. The first pitch is a fastball down and in. This one out toward left center field. Peter Bourjos got a good jump on it. He'll track it down for the first out.
Oh, a real good read on that one. Of course, you're always going to be in position to be able to cut off the potential double. That first step, quick enough to be able to make an adjustment on this ball. Nick's strong, and of course you got a pitcher that throws extremely hard. Any kind of ball that's squared up has a chance to go some distance, able to make that play, get that first out.
Here's Mike Morse, the first baseman. 2 for 3 tonight against Ervin Santana with a home run, a double, and a fly ball to right. Going slider first pitch, and this is down and away. That home run by Morse leading off the second inning, his 15th of the year, going the opposite way into the seats in right center. Lays off that pitch, and it's a strike on the outside corner at 97. 1-1. Swing and a miss on a slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch nowhere near the strike zone. Morse committing to it.
Boy, starts way off the plate and ends in the left-hander's batter's box. Might as well try that again.
Fastball upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to short. Ibar's got it. 2 outs. The Halos 1 out away. Starting his homestand off with a winning ball game. And not only that, get to 500. A chance to get to 500 and pick up a half game on the idle Texas Rangers. Danny Espinosa steps to the plate with 2 outs, nobody on. Espinosa striked out, a ground out, and was hit by a pitch leading off the 7th. Fastball hammered down the left field, right field line, and this one is going to tie things up. Solo home run for Espinosa, his 15th of the year, and this game is tied through.
Jumped all over that fastball. 15th home run.
A no-doubter sitting dead red.
And the fastball that Bobby Wilson wanted away ends up being in.
It's the 24th home run the Nationals, pardon me, the 26th home run the Nationals have hit in the month of June. Ervin Santana will remain winless in the month of June. No decision for him. 0-1 the count. So back-to-back blown saves for Jordan Walden. The Angels in the bottom of the 9th inning have Abreu, Wells, and Kendrick. Torrey Hunter will get an opportunity if the inning were to get extended. Chopper to third. Callaspo's got it. We head to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels and the Nationals tied at 3. To tie this game up at 3 apiece. 3 solo home runs by the Washington Nationals. Espinosa, Ryan Zimmerman, and Mike Morse. They've got 3 runs because of it. The Angels have 13 singles, and they've got 3 runs as well. Here in the 9th, facing Henry Rodriguez, Bobby Abreu will lead things off, followed by Vernon Wells, then Howie Kendrick. Second home run that Jordan Walden has allowed in his career. The first came last season. Andy Marte of the Cleveland Indians. Bobby looks at a strike. Abreu 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, a walk, a strikeout, a stolen base, and a run scored. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels have stranded 11 men on the bases in this game. One pitch, breaking ball down and in. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
One thing with Rodriguez and that fastball he has at times, it's a relatively straight fastball. If it's up, he's providing a lot of that power. If you can square it up, the Angels can have a walk-off home run.
Way outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ramos can't find the baseball. A new one will be put into play. Here's the 3-1. Abreu fouls it back. Now we're going into the press box off the hands of Beto Duran of ESPN Radio.
We'll have to mention that to him tomorrow, not be able to make the play.
Yeah. Kind of a horrible play. Here's a 3-2. Bobby takes a walk. That ball bouncing out in front of the plate. Leadoff man is on board. Here comes Vernon Wells, and of course yesterday against Clayton Kershaw, hitting his 9th home run of the season, and at that point put the Angels up 2-1. Vernon 1 for 4 with a base hit and a run scored. Breaking pitch down low. 1 ball, no strikes. See if Abreu takes an opportunity here to swipe his second base of this game. Bobby now 13 stolen bases on the year. Better make sure with Ramos behind the plate. Good lead for Bobby. Vernon grounds with a short. 6, 4, 3. 2 outs. Third double play that the Angels have rolled into in tonight's game. It gives the Angels an even 80 on the season. So Howie Kendrick will step to the plate. Howie 1 for 4. Base hit back in the 6th. Torrey Hunter's come out to the on-deck circle. Batting in that spot. Mark Trumbo was in to start the game. Torrey taking over in right field in the 8th inning. His first plate appearance, whether it's now or in the 10th. It's running to the wall against the Florida Marlins last Wednesday. Here's a 2-1. Now he's shooting one down the right field side, and listen, Worth will make the catch. We're heading into extra frames, or as they call it, free baseball here at the Big A. This game tied at 3. Couple of home runs early for the Nats. Mike Morse in the second. Ryan Zimmerman in the fourth, putting the Nats up by the score of 2-0. The Angels tied things up in the fourth inning. And they had 4 hits against John Lannon. And then in the sixth inning, a couple of 2-out hits. Able to tie things up. Bobby Wilson put the Angels on top 3-2. But in the ninth, with 2 outs, first pitch swinging, Danny Espinosa ties this game up. That's why we're playing extra frames here at the Big A. Scott Downs comes into the ballgame now. It'll be 8-9-1 due up here for the Nats. Ryan Bixler will pinch hit for Matt Stairs. 4-2 on the season, a 1.75 ERA for Scott Downs. Stairs ends the game going 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Bixler hitting .222 on the season. 1 double, 1 RBI as he shoots the first one over on one hop to Stairs. Has to hurry. Out. An error on Meiser Stairs, his second of this ball game, so he's got 5 on the season now. The leadoff man is on board.
And when it was in between hops, but I realize Bixler runs down the line so well. Too much time to get rid of the baseball. He's able to beat that ball to first base.
Here's Ian Desmond, the shortstop. 1 for 3.
No indication that Desmond was going to square around the bunt.
Desmond rolled into a double play last time up against Irvin Santana. That was in the 7th. Cayaspo in near the cut of the grass at third. Desmond shows button, takes down low. Six sacrifice bunts for Desmond this year. Bixler's got a pretty good lead at first. Desmond kind of a late offer at it, fouls it back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bixler reaching on the error by Meiser Stairs to lead off this 10th inning. And he takes off. The bunt is a fair ball. They're going to throw him out at first base. But it goes to sacrifice, but Bixler took off. kind of a delayed steal, if you will, and he puts himself in the scoring position with 1 out, and Bernardino coming to the plate. Roger Bernardino, the center fielder tonight, 0 for 4. A couple of ground outs and a couple of pop-ups. Now they're going to pinch hit for Bernardino with Jerry Hairston Jr. Hairston, a .263 hitter this season. 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter. And apparently this caught everybody off guard because Hairston's taken a while to get loose as a pinch hitter.
Scott Downs got to keep an eye on various looks back to second with Bixler in position to potentially try to steal third base.
So Downs with 1 out has Bixler at second. Hairston coming to the plate. Hairston has 10 doubles, a triple, a couple of home runs, 17 runs batted in this season. The outfield all the way around from Wells at left, Borges in center, and Hunter in right in a couple of steps against Hairston. The potential play at the plate. Callaspo just about even with the bag at third. Downs' first pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Downs pitched in yesterday's game. He relieved Jared Weaver. Went 1 inning, struck out a man. Everything else was zeros. For Scott, his 29th game, today being his 30th. Hairston takes a little bit high. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Here's a 2-0. Hairston pops it up to shallow right. Escuris going out. Torrey Hunter coming in. Escuris will make the running catch for out number 2.
Great read, great jump on that one by Meiser. Right away, he read that baseball. He was going to make that play. Torrey playing deeper. Look at back and avoid contact with Torrey.
So 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Jason Worth will step to the plate. Worth tonight 0 for 4. He's popped out, struck out, grounded out, and struck out once again. Ervin Santana tonight, 8 innings, 2 runs on 5 hits at 5 punch outs. Was in line for his 4th win, with Jordan Walden picking up that 2-out solo home run to Danny Espinosa in the 9th to tie this game up. Worth takes a strike. This being the 15th extra inning game for the Halos. Angels 5-9 in extra innings this season. One ball, 1 strike. This is the 13th game that the Nats have played in. As far as extra innings are concerned, they're 8-4. They like them some free baseball.
And they've done pretty well. And they have a lot of power in their lineup. That's why they're able to win those games. They make some quality pitches down and away.
1 ball, 2 strikes, in on the hands of Worth. In the bottom of the 10th, the Angels have Torrey Hunter, Alberto Callaspo, and Peter Borges. 3 on the inside corner. Down goes Worth. And Corey Blazer doesn't like the bat throw from Worth. We head to the bottom of the 10th. This game tied at 3. In for the Washington Nationals, it's the left-hander Sean Burnett. This was a guy that at one time a highly touted prospect, first-round pick by the Pittsburgh Pirates, 19th overall back in 2000. Wellington High School in Wellington, Florida. He's turned himself into a pretty nice reliever for the Nats.
Yeah, he doesn't throw many pitches over middle part of the plate. He's only allowed 1 home run in 27 innings. 15 punch outs, 27, 8 walks. Corey Hairston Jr. taking over that center field position.
You lose a couple of steps out in center field now with Hairston out there. Not to take anything away from his game, but certainly not as quick to the baseball as Roger Bernardino. Hairston pinch hit in the top of the 10th inning and ended up popping out. So he stays in the game in center. Here's Torii Hunter. Missing a couple of games due to that collision against the right field fence down in Florida against the Florida Marlins. Came on as a defensive replacement in the 8th inning, his first plate appearance of the night. Fouls the first pitch or second pitch back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Torii hitting .243, 13 doubles, a triple, 8 home runs, 39 runs batted in.
One thing's for sure, Torii Hunter relishes these opportunities. Had a pretty good swing at that 1-0 pitch.
And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. No ill effects, or so it appears anyways. By Torii Hunter, that swing right there, that was max effort. Took early batting practice today, felt much better. Probably going to be in the starting lineup tomorrow. He shoots this one foul into the Nationals dugout. And just in case Davey Johnson wanted to catch a little cat nap in the 10th inning, he can no longer do so.
That's a pretty good wake-up call.
The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Way outside, it's 2-2. Looked like Burnett was looking down at his shoes. Burnett pitched in 73 games last year for the Nats, was 1-7, a 2.14 ERA, and he had 3 saves. Torii pops it up behind the plate. Ramos gets rid of the mask, makes the catch for the first out. So Torii's retired for the first out here in the 10th. Here comes Alberto Callasco. Alberto 2 for 4 with a couple of singles and an RBI. First pitch fastball in for a strike. The Nationals with 3 runs on 6 hits. That includes 3 solo home runs and 5 men left on base. The Angels 3 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors, and 11 men left on base. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one shot to right field, a 1-out base hit for Callasco. So the Angels have a man on here, the 10th. And Peter Bourjos stepping to the plate.
The 14th base hit.
All singles.
All singles.
Peter's got 3 of them. 1 picked up an RBI in the 4th. His single in that 4th inning tied the game up at 2. Zimmerman playing toward the line at third base. Nix is deep in left field. Hairston shading Bourjos the opposite in right center field. Peter fouls one back, no balls in a strike. Everyone else pretty much straight up defensively for the Nats. Down the right field line. This one's got a chance to go for extra bases. That's a fair ball, and it bounds into the seats. A double for Peter Bourjos, a 4-hit night, but it cost the Angels an opportunity to win the game right then and there. If that ball stays in, it would have been interesting with Jason Worth in right field.
That hits that low wall down there right by the line. Boy, a nice piece of hitting there by Peter Bourjos. His hands through that one that we talked about, shorten up his stride and quicker hands.
McCaddy
go after him.
is going to come out here and talk things over with Burnett. You've got 1 out. First base is open. And you've got Meiser Asturias waiting on deck.
Well, there's a couple strategies they're going to talk about right here. Potential walk to load the bases, but also they might go after him, and you got to talk about the potential suicide squeeze put on by Mike Scioscia with Bobby Wilson at the plate. Again, it's all going to be, if that's put on, it's going to be up to Callasco to get a good read and go at the right time to be successful. Always easier to put on a squeeze, in my opinion, with a left-handed pitcher because his back's to the bag at third base, relying on communication amongst his bench and the guys in the field to let him know in case. But now they're not going to take that chance. They're going to walk him.
They're going to set up the bases loaded situation with Meiser Asturias. The double for Bourjos, his 13th of the season, the first extra base hit for the Angels tonight. The Angels had a bases loaded situation in the 6th inning with 2 outs, however, and that's the one that Ibar hit that little soft liner to Desmond at shortstop to end that frame. And there's ball 4. So they're loaded up now for Meiser Asturias. Outfield extremely shallow for the Nats. 1 out and the bases loaded. Asturias this year a .308 average from the right side compared to the .285 from the left. He had a base hit against John Lannon in the 1st inning. And overall on the night, 1 for 4. Callasco at third. Bourjos at second. Wilson at first. The only run that matters right now is Callasco in a 3-3 tie here in the 10th. first pitch. It's down low. 1 ball, no strikes.
All of a sudden, with the bases loaded here in this spot, that strike zone gets a little bit smaller as you try to fight your way into throwing a strike.
1-0 pitch. Meiser base hit up the middle, base hit, that'll win it. Light that baby up as Meiser Stores come through in the clutch, and the Angels win it 4-3.
Boy, it took 16 hits to get that 4th run across in a victory, but nonetheless, back to the 500 mark for the Halos. Win a game at home, turn it around here, had a very successful road trip that started off this long homestand with a victory. Scott Downs with a victory in this one. The Meiser Stores coming through with a base hit, centered that ball middle part of the plate, went with the pitch, didn't try to pull it. Otherwise, if we see it as a potential, another double play.
Stures picks up his 20th run, batted in of the season, his 2nd hit of the game as the Angels win it in extra innings. 4-3 the final against Scott Downs, picks up the victory. Burnett takes the loss. For Mark Guguza and our entire crew here at the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas, thanking you for watching Angels baseball. We invite you to stick around as Angels Live is coming up next.